One and go. Cool. So I'll be honest, dude. When I was out hunting this past week, I haven't been out in the mountains in a while,
Yeah.
and with that no cell phone service, and middle of the day elk hunting can just be kind of fucking real slow. Dude, I was not prepared for that like quiet time by myself at all. And it kind of like it fucked me up bad. I got like real homesick. It was bad.
It's insane, dude. And so we just started something we just implemented in the house that every Sunday we shut everything off just for a complete mind reset, mind rest from
That's good.
everything, dude. Everything is turned off. If you got to get a hold of me, I don't give a fuck. Like I have my wife and kids under my roof. I don't care. That's all I need. So yeah, we shut everything down on Sundays. Everything is completely shut off.
It's fantastic, man. More people need to do that. I need to do that. I'm on this thing way too fucking much just with business and content and making videos.
Bro,
It's
it
just
owns
terrible.
us. It owns us. Like I'm
Bad.
trying everything I can to like for at least like the podcast, bro. It's just so much of consuming the machine, right? This locomotive engine that you're just shoveling coal into is social media. And the more posts you're fucking feeding this thing, the more it starts to gain momentum. Then you're like, oh, you just got to keep feeding it. You can't slow down. And then before you know it, dude, you're owned by it and you're doing stupid TikTok dances or some dumb shit to try to stay relevant.
That's a fact. You schedule your shit out at least though, don't you? So you can kind of just post and ghost for the most
Oh
part.
yeah, dude. Like right now we have, yeah, everything's like this whole week is done. And then like I'm 5 episodes out. So like the kid knocks them out, sends me my folder, I schedule everything and I post and ghost. Like I have guys who are like, you need to engage, you need to do that. I'm like, dude, if I do all that, you're owned. Like you're owned. I'm just giving people a platform to tell a story. Like I don't need to be owned by this. So yeah, I'm trying to bring a guy on right now to take over all of marketing, all of social. And he's going to run all of that. And dude, if I that is my goal. You know, I have made it, Tyler. When I fucking disappear, people are like, "Whatever happened to that dude?" Like, I know what happened to that dude. He made it. He made it.
Do you ever have anybody like try to contact your daughter and try to freaking poach her for their pod or anything? Because she just absolutely wrecks it, dude.
They come straight to me, which is cool.
I do.
Yeah. They're like, "Hey, dude, like, what's your daughter charge?" I'm like, "You gotta have that conversation with her."
I
So
think I think I tried that poacher when I came into town that one time.
you just
Like,
don't pay her too
hey.
much,
Yeah.
and she'll know how much I'm not paying her. So
No doubt, dude. Well, I caught you
yeah,
at a good time. Easily the quickest scheduled podcast I've ever done. 15 minutes. You're like, I can do it tomorrow. I was like, how about now? You're on one.
yeah.
Who
I
killed Charlie Kirk, bam?
I just want to start this podcast by saying I love my life. I'm extremely happy and I am not suicidal. Bro, this whole thing, I've been trying to stay quiet on it just to gather
I knew
all
this was coming though. Like I knew you were gonna come out of the woodwork. I was honestly waiting for it. I'm
all
like
because
refreshing my phone, bam, being like, give me another one, give me another one, give me another one.
the the problem, a huge problem with everything. Hold on one second. Let me turn this
You're
thing.
good.
I didn't have my studio cooled down. Um, the problem with scenarios like Charlie Kirk, right, is the internet immediately just assumes everything, and then you have all everything. It's just noise. It's just noise, which I've had to learn to just. I just sit back and I'm just processing, and I'm like, okay, this kid just murdered Charlie Kirk. Okay, that's where we're at. That's what we're being told. This kid climbed up on this roof, shot Charlie Kirk, got away, blah blah blah. And so the world of the internet, everybody wants to go viral, everybody wants to stay relevant, so they're just putting out just word vomit is how I feel like it. But I feel within this week of just sitting and watching and gathering all of the information, dude, there's no fucking way this kid killed Charlie Kirk. There's no way. It's the second I saw this, dude, and I call Britt up here right now and she will stand right next to me. The second this happened, real time, Charlie Kirk, not even on the news yet, not even put out into the world that Charlie Kirk is murdered. I see this happen. I told my wife, that's an exit wound. That isn't the and I'm not saying this. This is just my thought process from the first second, right? This is how my mind's work. I've seen a lot of human beings being shot. Not military shit. I'm not trying to act like some fucking hard motherfucker, right? I'm just talking videos, watching, seeing these things, being in the military life. Like I've watched a lot of bodies take rounds and I've killed a lot of critters in my life. to know impact, centrifugal force, what happens, how things lock up, why people lock up. You hit anything in the T box, chest to eyes, you're locking up, instant lights out. I saw that impact and I told the wife, I go, someone shot him in the back. This is this angle. This is X. And she's like, why do you think that? Just watching him lock, the centrifugal force isn't going to push you in an opposite direction. Now, if you have forward momentum and you're running and you got gear or whatever, obviously there's a lot of variables that can take place. But sitting in a static position, bro, and you're going to take a round, boom, you're going to lock and you're going to roll, or he's going to sit there for seconds, it's going to seem like, until his body starts to relax, and then he's going to fall out of the chair forward. This is just my unprofessional opinion. When he took that round and it blew the side of his throat out, he went in the direction that force pushed his body. How I feel. Now, all of these videos are coming out. Dude, you hunt, you shoot guns. I can't even tell you, I probably have hours of phone scope footage in my phone of my kids shooting long range targets, and you can watch that round travel through, especially if you're at the right angle and the sun is just perfect. You can watch trace for 1,000 yards, impact the target. No question about it. 100% fact. I have hours of videos on my phone of this. You can see the glimpse of that round in a video. It is clear as day, bro. You see that impact hit here, boom,
You
in
got
his
the muzzle
shirt.
flash too over his shoulder.
Stairwell. There's a stairwell. There's a black little gap inside of there. I wanna believe that muzzle flash is real, but who knows with AI? So I can't 100%. But that's the angle. That is the perfect angle. And I'm sitting here going, okay, all of these pieces are now getting put together. This kid, and this is another thing I told my wife. Before I even fucking see this video, dude, my wife is a witness to all of this because I lay it all out for her, like my evidence. When a shot goes off, I don't care where you are, something drops, slams, a car accident, a kid screaming, your mind processes through the way our ears are designed to process the direction of this sound. This is just human anatomy. This kid talks in an interview minutes after the murder. I was in like in the front row, like third one back, and the shot goes out, and I look to my left, which would be Charlie Kirk's right. He immediately went to the sound. Granted, they're in a bowl, like a little arena, so there's going to be echo, but that initial crack, your mind is going to process where that came from. Then you're going to get confused. What was it? I think I sounded over here. It might have come from over here, but that initial crack, your mind doesn't. It's just like when you're in the woods and you rip off a bugle, then it's over. You immediately pick up where that bull elk is screaming from. Oh fuck, dude, he's cross canyon. Like, okay, you know the direction. It's that immediate response. Now they have all of this information that's coming in, dude. I don't even know where to start with this. There's so much weird shit. This is just how my mind processes because I do not trust the government one bit. Why? And there's these questions that I wish people were asking. Like, why is he not cremated? Why was he embalmed and then put together in his casket immediately? Dude, within like 24 hours.
Like
This is
quicker than fucking Amazon, dude. Like, I mean, we're talking super, super quick. I noticed that too.
weird.
Yeah.
It's so, dude, the next day he's in a casket in a suit. His wife's like, oh, I love you. I love you. Dude, it's horrific. It's horrible to watch, right? But I'm like, how? Okay, we just had this political figure, the man, I would admit, responsible for getting Trump elected by going on his campaigns, turning millions of college students toward faith, toward Christ, toward the right, whatever his message was. I believe Charlie Kirk was a huge factor in getting Trump elected. Dude, there's just so much. So why, fuck, where was I even going with that one? There's so much in my mind. I'm trying to go off of memory on all of this. What was I saying?
Basically, how quick of a turnaround it was.
Okay, so he's this big of a figure, right? This dude, he changed. They're mourning him in all of these foreign countries. Like Charlie Kirk wasn't just some TikTok influencer. This dude changed the world. You don't think that they're going to take a little bit of extra time during his autopsy to break down, and they're going to know every single fragment in his body. They're going to know every exit wound from the shrapnel that probably came out of different parts of his body. You have all of this done in like a night, like in 24 hours. This dude's already done. His wife isn't even like grieved him yet, and they have him and they're parading him around, which I'm like, this is so strange. Like, if I'm murdered or I die doing whatever the stupid shit I do, or like, Brit's not going to allow people to parade me around and carry me around, and they're putting me here and they're driving me here. Like, the whole thing is just so fucking weird. And then the same night Charlie Kirk is murdered, right? I believe it was the same night. Trump does his little, or I think the next day Trump did his AI bullshit ass message, which was super weird if you watch it. A
I've
lot
seen
of
it
little things in there that you're like, to just raise flags.
with his pinky in the background, and yeah.
Just little things to raise a flag. You're telling me that this dude that advocated for you, that fought for you, that put his life on the line for you, was murdered backing you. You're at a sporting event that night doing your stupid fucking Trump dance? Bro, if this dude that supported me the way Charlie Kirk supported the president of the United States got him elected in the position that Trump is in because of this man, you're just at a sporting event? That's not weird?
It's very weird.
That's not strange? Bro, and the evidence that this kid left behind, none of this makes sense, Tyler. None of this. And the people are like, well, they have all the evidence and they have a confession. Do they? Do they?
You read that text thread, I'm assuming.
Bro, you tell me some military AI shit didn't write that. This kid's gonna text his trans girlfriend. There's a vehicle still lingering. Nobody talks like this. Nobody writes like, yo, I killed this motherfucker. I'm hiding. I'm gonna go back and get my gun. You're not gonna go back and get a gun. You're not gonna. And how did that dude have time to disassemble this rifle on a roof and jump off the roof? Meanwhile, while he's hanging off the roof, you watch a person disappear behind a tree. Walks, disappears.
Yeah, and he didn't have that rifle on top of that roof, dude. Because like, you can see what he has it quote unquote wrapped in. There's movement in that hoodie or in that blanket or
Yes.
whatever. Rifles
Yes.
don't move, and that's
Bro,
an old. If it's his grandpappy's gun too, like
you're taking it apart?
no 22-year-old or however old this fucking kid is knows how to do that. No, none of them. None of them.
None of this makes sense. Oh, and he wrote, oh, this is for the engraving on the bullets and shit. Like,
Yeah, you're gay or whatever you were saying.
here's another question. Here's another question. If I hate Charlie Kirk so much, and I'm going to risk everything. I'm ending my life at 22 years old to kill Charlie Kirk because he hates the trans, he hates everything that I'm against or I'm
90,
for.
95% of those people are Charlie Kirk supporters.
Why are you only taking one shot in there? If you're that deranged, you're that full of hate that you're going to murder somebody in front of his children and his wife, you're going to blow this dude's neck out while his children are standing next to you. You take one shot? You're shooting one person? The fuck you are, bro. No. That dude, no. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying any of this. It's crazy to me, bro. It's so insane of how us as a country, we just believe this media. This is like the biggest psyop. This is why they own us. And this is so terrifying to me is that we just blindly damn, they got him. They got him. The second the shot went off and they didn't have anybody in custody right immediately. I go, they're not. Nope. Nope. Oh, the old man that stands up, I did it, and they arrested him. And now they've related him back. He's a fucking Jew. Have you seen the video of the guy standing on the railing that doesn't flinch?
Yes, dude, I've watched all the shit that you've posted today. I've done my own research. I've been down a bad rabbit hole today. To be honest with you, I haven't really done much of anything. I've been down a huge rabbit hole with this. Honestly, kind of the past 2 days.
You're telling me A shot goes off inside of this amphitheater, this bowl where they're at, and this dude leaning on the railing fixes his sleeve, shot breaks, and this is what he does. And stares Charlie Kirk dead in his eyes as he fucking falls out of the chair. That dude, 1,000,000,000% knew the shot was coming. He still like blinked. You could tell, because I don't care if you know that you count down a shot and you break that trigger, there's a reaction, right? That dude knew it was coming and didn't even react to it. The whole crowd ducks and looks, and here's him staring Charlie Kirk right into his soul, watching him die. That dude knew it was coming.
The one point that you brought up today on your IG that I had been thinking about, which I think is super valid. What about Charlie's cameras? Because he's rolling the whole time.
Where are
And
these
that footage,
4K videos?
that footage is fucking always good. They go straight to YouTube, brother.
You want to
Where's
hear another
that?
one? You want to hear another one? YouTube removed the video of Charlie Kirk saying that he's questioning Israel.
That's why Pete couldn't find it yesterday when we were looking for it.
They removed it. YouTube removed it. Dude, we are 100% owned by fucking Israel. It's been at least 30 years that they have owned our government. They own Trump, they own Biden, they own Kash Patel. If you were a politician, you were fucking sold. And they couldn't buy Charlie Kirk, and they couldn't get anything to stop him because he was turning, and they fucking murdered this dude. Because he was a voice and people were listening, bro. That's what it comes down to.
He was
People
effective.
were listening, and what he was saying was effective, and it scared them because he's a giant voice and he's outing everything that's going on with Israel, and it was starting to wake up to it.
And I think the only reason they were donating was to kind of get him to not talk.
Dude, and their whole entire I can't even get into the Candace Owens shit right now because she's going straight scorched earth on this and dropping people by names. I'm not caught up with her yet. This is just the Charlie Kirk shit. But like, dude, none of this makes sense. None of it. The evidence, you can see a muzzle flash. You see the reflection of a bullet for a split second. Dude, make it make sense, Tyler. Make it make sense.
Since when do we not come out with autopsy information?
And you know what, my wife, she's like, well, what about his wife? I go, what about his wife? Imagine you just watch me get my fucking throat blown out, and then I get into a van and I go, hey, you want to see your kids fucking die? You want the same thing to happen to your children? Here's $100 million. This is how the game's played from here on out. Like, they own her. She's terrified. What wife in their right mind? What wife in her right mind is going to allow people to just parade her murdered, executed husband around within hours of it happening?
Literally hours. Yeah.
Can you imagine your wife? And I know you're a younger couple, but like, dude, my wife, no fucking way, bro. Is somebody gonna parade me around? Yeah, after she mourns and grieves, dude, cool. Do all the parades, do all the ceremonies you want. His body isn't even cooled down yet, and they're carrying him, they're driving him, they're presenting him. It's all an act, dude. And they own her because they murdered her husband in front of them, and now she is part of it. That's my conspiracy on this, because what else would explain that? What else explains you watching your husband murdered in front of you and your children, and now you're going along with it, giving these weird speeches and talking? 2 days after? 2 days after, bro?
So you think they freaking put her into a corner like that and said some shit crazy like that? We're gonna take your kids. You're next. Shut the fuck up.
What Israel's doing to fucking Palestine, dude. They have no problem murdering women and children. No problem. I'm not for either side. I'm for America, right? I'm not advocating for Palestine, free Palestine. But we see what's going on. There's 100% genocide what's happening right now. So if they're willing to just blow up women and children in the streets carrying food, you don't think they're going to grab this woman and be like, okay, cool, we own you now. We own you. You just saw what we did. You see what we're capable of. We are going to get away with this. Everybody's in on it. We own everything. Play the game, take your millions, go retire on a Bahamas, disappear, have a nice life.
So then, do you think our government recruited this Robinson character, or do you think Israel recruited him, or how does that happen?
That I don't know, man. That's a tough one because there's some crazy rabbit holes you can go down with that, with the whole psyop and how they're getting into these people's minds and like this 5G shit and how they're able to control. Like, dude, this thing's layered, right? I'm just, I don't even. I hate the fact that we're even having these conversations, but it's true. Like
But
the
bam, nobody's really having them, dude. That's why I hit you, and I was like, "Yo, come on, real quick."
because you know
Nobody's
why,
really
and
having them.
you know why nobody's having them? Because they're fucking pussies, bro. These dudes with these huge platforms that you know just as well as I do, hundreds of thousands of followers, silent on all this shit. You know why? Because they care about their followers more than putting out truth and what they believe and what they stand in. They'll never cross a line because they're fucking spineless little bitches. And I'll call it out because I'll never be bought. Ever be fucking bought, bro. Because
You're
I
gonna
get
lose a few thousand today, easily.
give a shit, dude.
I know you don't.
I don't care. Like it
I
doesn't
know you
matter
don't.
to me. That's when the mindset that I'm in, I don't care. I don't have to worry. I don't take money from anybody. I make my own fucking money and I'm get to look my kids in the eyes every night, kiss them goodnight, and know that I am true to who I am. And all of these influencers that don't have a word right now and are completely silent on it, spineless cowards, bro. I'll call them all out. I have friends. They're pussies, dude. I don't even care if I lose them because you know what's going on. We fought for this country. A lot of them are vets, have these giant followings, not saying shit, but we all got played and nobody's standing up for this. No one's standing up for this, dude. It's insane to me. And it's infuriating because they know because they'll have these conversations with me, just like you, dude. You and I talk about this shit offline. You're like, fuck, let's run a podcast. I don't care. They're having the same conversations, but they don't mention a single word. They'll respond. They'll reply to everything that I put out there. They're agreeing with me in the DMs. Will they ever put their name out there? Because they're worried about their followers. That's what they're worried about. Numbers on the internet. They don't want to offend people. Cowards, dude.
Fuck that. You don't
Cowards.
even know these people, anyways. They're just,
Cowards.
you know what I mean.
There's so much crazy shit right now. The evidence, how everything's, oh, we found him, and oh, his dad turned him in. Here's the evidence, and here's the breadcrumbs that the FBI is finding. Dude, it's insulting. As Americans, we're not insulted by how blatant this is. That they're just, our government is to the point now where they're like, what are you gonna do? That's how I look at it. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? They're not gonna do nothing. Sorry, am I being loud? While he's closing the door.
Well, it's like now nobody's talking about the Epstein stuff. That's lost and gone.
That's when I
Coincidence?
knew. That's when I knew they owned Trump. That's when I was done with Trump. I admit it, dude.
When
So
he
when
promised on Rogan that he was going to release them, and then all of a sudden, they're
they
not.
own him.
Why is everybody so serious about this?
They own him. Yeah.
Yeah.
You campaigned on releasing the Epstein list.
On the
You
biggest
can
podcast in the world.
Where's the
I'm
Epstein
gonna.
list?
Yeah.
There's a dude I can't get deep into right now because I've only seen a couple things on it. This dude was really close with Candace Owens. He like works with her, longer haired guy. They just got all these emails that were released from Epstein and who he's working with. Dude, there's watch. You'll see this. It probably won't blow up because
My buddy Pete was showing what's the guy's name? You know,
I can't.
some
He's
weird
got
name.
kind of longer hair, kind of curly, but dude, they got these leaked emails. They took it, they put it in AI, and it broke down everything. Have you seen this? Bro, they have encrypted emails from Epstein and a Mossad working directly together, sending encrypted emails through fake companies that were putting out fake, almost spam emails, and they deciphered it all, and it shows their full conversations and everything. Dude, they're breaking it down. They built this PDF shit where you could type in people's names and it pulls all of their information on this. Dude, they're outing all of it. Epstein was 100% working as a Mossad agent, collecting all of the data and information. That is how Israel owns. Those people are like, well, how does Israel own us? They've blackmailed everybody, bro. They tricked them all into this whole Epstein shit, got videos, footage, all the evidence. Here you go. Here's your folder. We'll pay you. You're going to be taken care of, but we own you now. They're all sellouts, dude. They all of them. All of them.
And this is, I mean, decades worth of stuff.
Huh? Yeah, our government isn't what we think it is. It's terrifying, and I fought for it.
And I think it's easy for people to say that they don't trust the government, but I don't think they can articulate why that is.
Dude, if we're allowing somebody to be murdered at a rally for speaking his beliefs, just beliefs. What What else are they going to lie about? Like they literally murdered this dude in front of us, in front of the world. And people are like, well, how do we know we can't trust the government? Can we really? People wonder why I'm a fucking flat earther, bro. People wonder why. I don't believe shit. It's all a lie, dude. I remember as a 19-year-old kid walking around Iraq, like, where are these weapons of mass destruction?
Yeah, not nowhere to be found. Yeah.
As a 19-year-old kid, I'm like, fuck, I can't wait to find a weapon of mass destruction. That never fucking happened. You know? I can't wait to find one. 20 years later, not one ever found.
Still ain't found one.
I mean, just that type of shit, right? Dude, this is the terrifying shit, man. It's
And
so
it's
scary.
it's an easy out because you know what's gonna happen. Oh, it's the left. He was radicalized. Blah 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 blah. Blah. So it all checks out. Like you could have anybody would know that that's what the government's gonna say
Immediately. Immediately.
immediately. And like I liked what you were saying today on your stuff was it's not really a left and right thing, man. It's not at all. I don't
Bro,
think.
there's okay, I'll tell you why there's no left and right. Because we have Biden or Kamala, right, was pushing for that side. Okay, so here's my question. Here's my question. This will make you, oh, maybe there isn't a left and right. Or who owns us? You mean to tell me that the left and the right, we can't come to agreements on anything, right? Nothing.
Literally nothing.
Immigration, women and men's sports, men's and women's sports, allowing people in kids' bathrooms, allowing children to chemically castrate themselves. We're fighting over everything. What's the one thing that we can't agree on? That we need to defend Israel. Why do you have left and right politicians all coming together to agree to defend Israel? If we can't agree that immigrants crossing our borders, raping, murdering, bringing drugs across is a bad thing, right? Like we can't agree on that. That we can't agree on, but we can agree that Israel is everybody needs to protect Israel.
Why do we give a fuck about Israel?
They own us. It's the media. They own the media. They own the news. They own the money. They own the banks. They own everything. So they control everything. Oh, CNN, you guys need more funding? No, this is the agenda you're going to push. Dude, they own everything. Why do our politicians can't agree to just keep our country safe? Let's just keep our country safe. We can't agree on that. We can't agree that burning down our cities in protest is a peaceful protest and this isn't violence. We can't agree on that, but we can agree that Israel is the Holy Land and we need to protect them at all costs. Make that make sense.
It doesn't make any sense, Bam. 0 sense.
Make it make sense. We can't agree that this woman that's murdered by an illegal immigrant running one night is horrible. Remember, and people that are listening to this or watching, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this dude talking about?" Go back to like Trump's. It wasn't his inauguration speech, but he gave that speech in the very beginning of this last election, right? Where they're sitting in the Capitol and all the left are on one side, all the right on one side, and Trump's like, "We're gonna name this waste or this wetlands down in Florida after this young girl that was murdered. It's now called what I can't think of her name. I hate saying it or not knowing it, but they named these like wildlife refuge after a young girl that was murdered by immigrants, right? Or an immigrant. All the right, woo, standing up, yeah, we agree. This is incredible. The left sitting there.
I watched
The
it.
remember the little black kid that wants to be a cop and they hold him up and they give him a badge and they make him.
They didn't even clap for him.
You can't clap over that, but you can come to an agreement that Israel's that we could all come to agree that Israel's the our biggest ally. Israel's our biggest ally, so we could all come together on that. You mean to tell me you can't stand and cheer for this little kid that's battled cancer, is dying, not going to become an adult, maybe late teens. We're going to make him some honorary cop for the night and parade him around and make the kid feel special, and you can't cheer for that, but we could come together on Israel.
Everybody's in on it. Everybody.
Yes, dude,
They have to be.
yes, dude, it's all a stage. They're all paid actors from Israel. They own all of them, dude. And it sucks. I have a really good buddy that's a politician. I want to have him on. He's fighting on Capitol Hill, but it's like, do they own you? I want to have this conversation with him.
I want to keep kind of hammering this home, but I saw you have somebody coming on your show that was a photographer at that
Yeah,
show at the
tonight. He's
rally
coming on tonight. Yeah. So
tonight.
he was
You gonna
standing 10.
do? I need you to do a rapid drop on that.
Yeah, it's going live Monday.
Good.
I leave.
Good.
I got some L clients I got to go take. I got to leave Friday for, but the kiddo's going to have that one done for me. So, dude, it's just insane, man. Like the fact that like people aren't asking the basic questions, and that's what it comes down to. Do you don't have to listen to my conspiracies and what I'm processing and how I see these from my point of view. I like to look at it's black or white. There's no, well, what ifs? I don't play those fucking games, man. I don't play those games. There's no, well, what if there were this and what if this was happening? What ifs? I want footage. And we see it all and it's laid out to me. And I'm like, okay, this is how my mind processes this. None of it makes sense.
You're never gonna see an autopsy. You're never gonna see Charlie Kirk's cameras. Because if you saw Charlie Kirk's cameras, anybody with any type of background with firearms would be able to tell you.
Well, because you could see, you're telling me they got a 4K fucking red camera 3 feet from this dude directly on him. I mean, that's one of the conspiracies. What if the bullet came from the camera, right? Because it's right in his face. You mean to tell me we can't take that footage and slow-mo it and watch a shock wave travel through this dude's face and body? It would
You would
debunk.
be able to.
It would
You
be.
would
It
be
would.
able to.
You could
Yeah.
debunk all of this in one of his professional camera shots. You can see it in the slow mo from cell phones, dude. When he boom and locks, that centrifugal force pushes everything this way. You can argue it all you want. I have killed so much shit in my life. I've watched so many animals lock and tip because of that. Especially if you like high shoulder something. What's the first thing to do? Boom. Bro, I tell clients all the time, if it's on a fence line, hey, you got to high shoulder it. That thing can't make it
Yeah.
over. High
Yeah.
shoulder it.
Drop them.
Boom.
Yeah.
It dead in their tracks. Dead in their tracks. He took that round right here in the neck, lights out, exit wound. There's
How
no doubt in my mind. I
You're
will.
sure it's not gonna come like this if I'm shooting you from here?
It could just from the force, and you're gonna have a shockwave. So I do believe you could, but his shirt didn't come out. It went this way. Like that's
Correct.
why his mic were at first, like in the first couple of days, like, watch the black dot. It travels across, right? And I'm like, and I'm breaking it down. And and you have all these people, what's the black dot? It's all AI, it's fake. I believe that was a mic on his chest because he records his own shit for his own YouTube channel, right? Along with
He's
the
wearing
turning
wireless.
point.
Yeah.
Turning Point, you have the campus, you have media. Yep. So he has his own mic. That force, when it slapped, you got a big round, you got to think of a brick hitting somebody here. Force this way. Centrifugal force is going to carry through that body. Just like a deer, anything else. Dude, I shot a deer once right here, facing me. Boom. Hit that deer here. Bro, there was shrapnel from my rounds come out its back straps. The very end of the back
Mhm.
straps were shredded.
Mhm. Mhm.
That was a 230 burger. Boom, and it grenaded in that deer. I mean, dude, there was exit holes out its belly, out its back, everything. So it just doesn't make sense to me. Nothing's adding up, and like that's where I hope that America is shifting with our mindset to like, don't believe anything, question everything. Question everything. Because if the government is telling us this, okay, cool. I'm looking this way. If they're like, hey, look over here. This kid, we got him, America. He's admitting to it. What's going on over here? Why is the stadium where he was murdered under construction right now?
Yeah, see, that's another point that you brought up that I wanted to touch on. It makes absolutely zero sense.
We just had a man executed that they're comparing to Martin Luther King, right? He got martyred. This dude changed the world. And they're
Bam,
fucking tearing up the ground.
when you have a crime scene like that, especially with like the magnitude of this type of public figure.
Weeks,
That
weeks,
weeks it's taped off for
weeks.
fucking
I've
weeks,
seen
dude.
it. I've
Yeah.
been part of it. Taped
Yeah.
off, 24-hour security, cops everywhere. There's people just walking up and filming the crime scene.
Within days.
Bullet fragments. There's bullet fragments. They're worried about in the ground. They're tearing everything up.
And another thing that you brought up that I have zero notes for this, but this is perfect because I like doing them this way. But the other thing that you brought up, I haven't heard of really anybody getting interviewed that was there. What about the people sitting in row 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 that probably have fucking blood on their shirts, if we're being honest? They're not getting camera footage. They're not getting, has anybody gotten their phone confiscated? Has the FBI talked to anybody? Because I haven't heard a lick about nothing.
These are the
Nothing.
things that we're not. We just go with what we're told. If I'm the FBI and we have this murder scene, and the kid admitted to it or not, you're gonna execute this guy off of just him admitting it. What if you? Okay, cool. Okay, he admitted to it. We got him. We got him. Case closed. You mean to tell me they're not going to be investigating, locking that whole fucking place down, facial recognizing everybody and going to their homes? Hey, I'm Officer So-and-so with the FBI, with the CIA. We would like for have to watch your footage. Here's a warrant,
Dude,
whatever it may be.
everybody's phone there is confiscated.
Not
Everybody's
even
phone needs to be.
confiscated, bro. Why aren't they putting out a statement? Hey, if you have footage from September 10th, we would love to be able to go through and put in a forensic file that we can go through and look at the data of this. You mean to tell me I'm a Charlie Kirk supporter and I'm filming him first thing and I see this dude's neck get blown out and be like, oh, here you go. Yeah, I have evidence. Here you go. You know how many thousands of videos that they would get? People are willing.
Thousands.
They're gonna want to support and help this. Why aren't they asking for people's footage? Where's the footage of the guy on the roof? Like up there. They have nothing. They just have him running across. Where's him on the roof with the gun? Now, I'm not denying that there's video, because we've seen it. Who knows? It could be AI. But like this kid runs across and hangs and drops and limps off. I don't know, man. I'm not saying that's not real, but where's the gun? There's no gun in that bag. He pulls it over the roof and it falls. There's no weight in there. There's not a rifle in that bag. It's clear as
No,
day.
that bag's blown in the wind, dog. Yeah. Yeah, that bag's blown in the wind.
Make it make sense. Well, it's just these little things. Like, why are they tearing up the ground where he was shot? Why aren't they asking witnesses this? And they might be, but I haven't seen shit. I've seen like maybe
You
10
would see
different camera angles.
you would see stuff, dude. It's 2025. You know how many videos were taken there within I don't know how long into the rally or whatever you call those events or whatever he calls it. I don't know if it was 30 minutes. I don't know if it was an hour or what, but do you know how many people were taking video there, dude? Every single buddy.
You want to know what
Everybody.
I found weird immediately? That every single social media platform allowed us to watch a man being executed over and
Certain
over
for a
and
certain
over
period
again.
of time.
Over and over and over again. Meanwhile, I'm shadow banned. I've been shadow banned for years because I posted a picture in my military uniform, in my dress blues, and some pictures of me in Iraq. I'm shadow banned, but I'm watching a man being executed with his wife and children in the background, and we're
On
just slow
TikTok.
moing it. People I've been a forensics specialist for 22 years. This is my exam, and they're slow mowing him, his neck being blown out. Meanwhile, I posted grip and grin flagged. Military uniform flagged.
Yeah, you got guys building knife companies and shit flagged. It's like, what?
Flagged.
Yeah, what?
But we're watching a man being executed on every. I can't even scroll
No,
without watching a man being murdered.
my algorithm is just pretty much Candace Owens and fucking Charlie Kirk. Yeah. YouTube,
I
Instagram.
cannot go 2 swipes without watching a man executed in front of his family. Why was it pushed so hard? Why was it allowed everywhere?
How
Why?
deep does it go? LEO had probably no idea what was about to take place, I'd imagine,
No, I
right?
don't think
Because
LEO knows that.
you want it to be chaotic, right? So what are the layers when you start to peel it back? Like you have Israel, you have our government, you have the shooters, you have the dudes doing signs, you have other people in the audience that aren't
I
reacting
don't
to the
buy the dudes
gunshot.
doing
Like
signs.
I don't either. I don't. The
I've
guy like
you
rubbing
dude, you
it
were a
like dude,
cop.
I
You're a
don't buy
cop.
it.
I've done so much security, bro. When you're standing there for fucking ever, you're adjusting constantly. You're looking, so I can't, I'm not going to get on
I
that train.
I
Dude,
agree with you there.
could they be, I'm one of these people, dude. Like, look what you're doing right now. Like, how many times have I fixed my hat in 40 minutes of this show?
Yeah.
Right.
No,
I'm,
I agree with
I'm
you.
one of those people. So I'm not buying into
Yeah.
we're throwing signals.
Fucking third base coach, right?
That dude was sitting there. They had the cue. They knew it was coming. I think there was multiple Mossad agents or at least CIA, somebody connected with knew what was going on in that audience. You have a dude that's connected to Israel, the old man that was a distraction. You got a dude in the front row that doesn't even flinch. You got a shooter that came from the right side. You got a kid on a roof. There's 4 or 5 people right there that we've identified.
So what happens to these people? Like what kind like how cuz like from what I know is that Tyler Robinson he hasn't said shit.
Apparently he admitted to it. Cool. I don't know. This is the part where it's hard for me to want to go down because it's like, okay, are we going to execute this kid now and he's going to take the fall for it? Have they already bought into this family where, hey, here's you write as many zeros as you want on this piece of paper and you and your family go disappear and live happily ever after. We're going to execute this child. I don't think there. I don't. Who knows, dude? That this is where it's like, how deep does it go?
How deep does it go? Yeah. Yeah.
Is he in on it? Is he part of this? Has his family been groomed for the last 10, 15 years for this moment? This is how deep this shit goes. How many other people in this country are being groomed right now? They're in on this shit for their when the time is called.
What's at stake? Obviously, like
Our
when you
freedom.
got yeah.
Our freedom, bro. Our freedom. The greatest country in the world. Our freedom. That's what's at stake. Free speech, free the one world order. That's all they're trying to push to. I'm one of those, man. It doesn't make sense to me. Nothing else makes sense. That we're fighting so hard for Israel, that we're supporting a genocide. It's 100% a genocide. If you want to put out fake videos, whatever it may be, you want to call it what it is. I don't like I said, I don't support either side. I'm a patriot. I support this country and what's my fellow Americans that are here on this soil that I fought for. That's what I support. But I don't support is us supporting Israel that's committing a straight up fucking genocide and murdering women and children in hospitals. They're putting them in these little small little areas to go collect food, and they're fucking dropping a bomb inside of it. And Israel's our greatest ally. Says fucking who? Says who?
Yeah, since when?
Since when? Since we caught 4 dudes filming the World Trade Centers, laughing and dancing, these 4 Jews, and that they were there to document it. This goes back to the World Trade Centers, dude. It's so blatant, and we're so ignorant, and the government just laughs in our faces. Like that's where we're at. It is so blatant. They're just like, do something right now. They're not going to do anything. We're comfortable. We're happy. We can scroll all day. We got fucking grocery stores with all full of fake food, dude. We're not going to do anything. They've groomed this whole entire country to just be complacent.
And that I mean, like we're having the conversation, obviously, dude, but like this isn't gonna change anything.
No,
Like
dude.
it's not like somebody's gonna hear this within the government and be like, oh, we got to take this down. These guys are fucking on to us.
No,
Like there's a lot of
no.
people there. I say a lot, but there are some people that are on the same side as you and I with this.
Dude, I have buddies that are served in the military. But how are you going to question all the evidence they got on this kid?
I don't really
Really?
understand what evidence though. Like a
Says
gun that is not in video, some text messages that are clearly fucking staged.
AI, Trump's AI speech. What
Trump's AI
evidence?
speech. Are you telling me that dude's boyfriend didn't know that he was fixing to do this? Get the fuck out of here, dude. This it's the same thing as the Walter White shit at the end of Breaking Bad. It's the same fucking thing, dude.
Yes, dude, exactly.
It's the same fucking thing. Like, hey, we're gonna exchange these messages after I quote unquote do this to pretty much exonerate you for the fact that you didn't know whatever his boyfriend's name is. I don't know. John.
This
Who
the
the fuck
scary part
knows?
is Your average American doesn't know the depths of technology, the depths of corruption, how scary and how they can control everything. Everything, bro. But the problem is with this isn't 10 years ago. This isn't 50 years ago. This isn't JFK era where there wasn't all of this, people filming
Yeah, you
everything.
got one angle. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, they killed him.
And now it's just dangerous, dude, because I like to think that I'm pretty good at being able to see a video and be like, that's fucking not a real video. Like with this AI stuff. You know, I've been diving into it pretty heavy, and I'm sure there's been stuff that comes across my page that is AI generated that I just maybe believe, or maybe that I don't recognize. But now it's like, dude, like one thing that I did agree with what Trump was saying the other day. I guess they were. I didn't look into it. I didn't do any research on it, but they had a video of somebody like throwing bags out one of the windows at the White House or something. Did you hear anything about this? I don't.
Yeah, I dug into that. And so those windows are, dude, those are all bulletproof windows. Like
Well,
they don't
that's what he was saying. He's like, those windows are sealed. He's like, obviously this is AI. But then he went on to say, he's like, hey, if something bad happens, like you can just blame it on AI. But if something, you know, so like there's two sides to kind of every instance here. It's like, oh, AI, if it doesn't look good for you, and if it, you know what I'm saying.
well,
It's
there's
just
there's
very,
weird
very
shit like
strange.
the ring on Charlie Kirk's hand when he gets shot. Like the ring moves. That
I
I
didn't
can't
see
explain.
that. I didn't see
Really?
that. Uh-uh.
Dude, in his mic hand, the ring, I believe, is on his ring finger. When he gets shot, it's clear as day. His fucking ring is now on his pinky finger when he's falling out of his chair. It moves. And earlier, there's a video from like up top looking down from like his right angle. He has it in his pointer finger. He's rolling it as he's answering a question. And then when he gets shot, it's on his ring finger. And then when he's rolling off on I think it's before he drops the mic, it's clearly on his pinky. I can't explain that, man. Can't explain it. Like
Hey,
people were saying the black thing was AI. I'm like, no, I'm trying to eliminate. Okay, no, I don't. I could see this being a mic, and okay, shirt wrinkled, threw the mic off. Okay, check that one off. Okay, I went through the whole list, and was it AI blood? I don't.
what I don't think people are comprehending, and everybody who's got like a little conspiracy on this that's making videos brings this point up, is that was roughly 200 yards away from that rooftop that they say dude was on to where he was sitting at underneath that tent. That thing's in a bowl, like we talked about. You can't even see dude probably from up there. So my question is, how long was that tent up before they took it down after the shooting? And has anybody been on that rooftop?
Bro, tell me this: why when Trump gets almost assassinated, gets shot in the ear, the fucking next day, dude, I got my boy Eli Crane, fucking politician, know him personally. He's at that scene. They're walking on the roof. This is where the shooter was. They're all filming it.
I haven't seen any footage from the rooftop on this incident.
None, none.
Not one video.
Put the tent back up. I want somebody to lay and see if they even have a shot of Charlie Kirk because he's under a pop up tent.
Correct.
It's
Correct.
deep down inside there. Like you watch the
Correct.
audience, dude. There's
It
there's
looks
a
like a
significant
cathedral. Yeah, dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a significant slope.
Agreed.
I mean, you
Agreed.
tell me you shot him here, here. If that tent is a couple of feet above his head, could he see the roof? I want to see a picture from behind him. Can you see the roof? People are saying, well, if you got shot from the right side on the roof, it's too high. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he
Mm-hmm.
was there, this angle. It's this angle right there. Not here, not on the roof. This angle right here. Dude, the second it happened, I was like, I thought my first initial instinct, he got shot here, right in the shoulder blade, and it came out, boom, here. But I think now, after watching what I've watched, slow mode, zoomed in, impact is almost on the collar of his shirt, right there. People are like, no, you would see it. You would see there'd be blood. No, dude, I have shot so many animals with rifle and bow, zero blood. There's pinholes.
Yeah. I think there's really something to, and maybe I know you pretty well. We've only known each other since beginning of the year, but we talk, and we get along because you're no bullshit. You just call shit how you see it, and you don't give a fuck. I think there's really something to the fact that you pretty much opened this podcast up with saying the second you saw this happen, you said that's an exit wound. You said that to your wife. You don't need to bring her in the room. I know you said that to your wife.
Last night, laying in bed, she's like, "You called it. You said that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you said this too." Before this kid in the interview, dude, I got goosebumps, bro. I go, the second that shot went off, people are gonna know exactly where it came from. And that kid in the interview, 3 days, 4 days later, I was watching it last night with my wife. I looked immediately to my left, and my wife looks at me. I'm like, I go, "You're gonna look. The second the shot goes off, I told her this. You're gonna look where the shot came from." And this kid saying he looks to the left confirmed everything for me. Stamp, closed, exit wound. 100, it explodes, bro. Entrance wounds don't explode.
Yes.
Maybe if the round hits something and it's tumbling, will it hit and you'll have a slap
You're
wound?
saying entrance wounds. Yeah.
If it's deflected or something along those lines, right? Bro,
An entrance wound is more of a pinhole.
yes, dude. I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen pinholes where I've skinned animals out and there's a barely a pinhole and I got an exit wound the size of a baseball.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
You
I mean, the
can't deny that.
same shit just happened with me when I killed that elk, and that was with a bow. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the fact that these people are standing up and they're distracting in the crowd, it was planned. So okay. This old man jumps up.
You can't react that quick, dude. That guy's not gonna just be like, it was me. It's like, dude, you just watched somebody get their fucking basically face blown off. Like I
Your
don't
first
care.
reaction is to stand up and start screaming, "It's me."
I don't care how crazy you are. You don't just do that. You're gonna duck and you're gonna try to get the fuck out of there because you don't want to get killed. Meanwhile, everything's going on in the background behind him, maybe, or up on the roof. Yeah, dude. Like, people aren't thinking about that. Who the fuck is this old dude?
Distraction. All
Yeah,
distraction. And you watching videos of them when they got the old man handcuffed, they're like, "You piece of shit. Fuck you." The people are screaming at him. They thought he did it.
of course. That's the point.
Whole point. The
And he's
whole point.
where's that guy now? He's not in custody. What's he?
Why
Where's
is
he
this
at?
dude why is this dude not
Where's he? Why isn't anybody throwing a microphone in front of his fucking face?
where's he? Where the fuck is he? Why isn't Cash Patel saying, "Hey, the old man has stood up. We're torturing this motherfucker to know why he did this. What is his connection to this kid? Why is he standing up for a 22-year-old kid to deflect the chaos off of him onto this old man? Some 80-year-old man. Why?
I think
Make it
that's
make
such
sense.
a valid point, dude. Nobody, however crazy you are, is gonna react that quickly.
Let's say you and I are at a Kamala Harris, Biden, Obama rally, and that dude takes a round. I'm not going to stand up and be like, "I did it. I did it." Nobody's going to do that.
Nobody's gonna do that.
Nobody, bro.
Nobody's
You're
gonna do
not going
that.
to even be able to process the whole scenario within that quick of a time that
How do you know how, like, what row he was in? Because he was fairly fucking close.
I don't know what row he's in. Dude, there's nothing about it. It was initial and now it's silence. Where is this old man at?
Where is he
Who
at?
is he? Why did he stand up and do this? Because you know who's getting more attention than he is? The dude with the long hair that was like, "Yeah," and cheering when Charlie Kirk got shot. Okay, there was a radical dude in the stands that hated Charlie Kirk, but now I guess he put out a statement that he was like cheering USA.
Apparently he was. I watched a video from the lady that was allegedly standing next to him, who said that he was cheering USA USA or whatever.
Whatever it may be. That makes more sense to me. Like if I'm standing there and fucking somebody that I just despise against everything in me, even though I would never cheer for somebody being murdered like this ever for any scenario, unless you're a pedo, I'm not going to stand up and be like, "Fuck yeah, they got him. Like, we're free." Nobody, okay, I personally won't, but there are sick individuals that would do that. 100%.
1000%, I
One,
agree.
especially on the left. They're just, it's hate. So that, to me, that makes sense. Oh, that dude hated him. He's happy to look at what's going on. Look at the teachers. Look at the politicians. Look at all these military, the white, all these people that are cheering for Charlie Kirk's death. That makes sense to me. That dude in the audience hated him, stood up and was cheering for it because he was happy just to watch dude die that he hated. Okay. Okay. I could buy that. But you stood up and screamed that I did it. Why? What do you gain out of that? Except to be a false flag to allow somebody to run off a roof. They got the video of him, walks through a construction zone, limping, asks the question where to go, somehow gets out of there, gets in a car, disappears.
Where is that guy, dude?
Here's my questions. You know how they have one picture of the shooter in a stairwell, right? Like with his backpack on and his little American Eagle flag. Where's the gun? Where the fuck is the gun?
Allegedly in a bush, wrapped in
No,
a
but like this
towel.
is before, like when he's in there, they have surveillance of him like entering. He's like going up the stairs, and then he's like, you could tell it's like before prior, I believe. I'm just speculating on that, but like he's got his backpack on, he's got a shirt, he's in a stairwell, he's got his glasses and hat on. Where the fuck is the gun?
Apparently in his backpack because
Where's the barrel?
he's so fucking savvy that he can just break down this gun from fucking 1950, his old grandpappy's gun, and then
And
put it
still holds
together.
a zero?
Right. Yeah.
Still holds a zero?
And you're telling me Grandpappy had a $2,000 scope on that thing too, huh? Yeah, okay.
Still holds a zero? Took the barrel off, disassembled this gun. Ask any sniper. Ask any hunter. If I'm disassembling it, you're re-zeroing everything.
Every time.
Dude, my gun falls over on the ground on a tripod. Poof, I'm re-zeroing.
Every time. And then like you have that goes back to like what people are saying. They're like, oh, if you think it was a professional job, you're fucking wrong. You got what's his nuts who killed bin Laden talking shit on a podcast and stuff. It's like they missed the shot. Like even my buddy said the other day, and I think kind of before all this other stuff came out, it's like they were probably aiming for the head. The guns zeroed at 100, so you got roughly a 6-inch drop, and that makes sense. But it's like,
so initial thoughts of mine. This is why I didn't say shit. I thought at first, I'm like, fuck, they missed. No one's aiming for the throat. You're aiming.
It took you a while to come out. I was waiting for it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But I can't jump to conclusions. So I'm sitting here just gathering. Okay, my first initial thoughts, obviously, besides him being dead, that's an exit wound. But I'm like, okay, if it's my second thought at first was he was smart enough to have a thin plate carrier underneath, right? One of those like shirt-looking mesh ones. It's not.
Was he? Is that confirmed?
No. This was my speculation at first.
Okay.
That it hit maybe his plate carrier and then ricocheted, and that's where you would have got a more of a rip explosion, splash hit impact, right? But I'm like, there's no way, dude. That doesn't make sense. And I'm like, fuck, maybe nobody's aiming for the throat ever, especially at 200 yards. But I told my wife, I'm like, I can't wrap my head around this being an exit wound. Because then I have buddies of mine that are snipers, or these dudes are on social talking, oh, it deflected. I'm like, okay, maybe, because that was kind of a thought of mine, but everything drew me back. Nope, that's an exit. It came from this way. It came from that. Dude, the second I saw it, that's what was my belief. And I'm like, okay, maybe it hit. He's got a plate carrier underneath just for protection. One of those lightweight ones, the ones that like the president wears and all that type of shit. I feel like it was smart, he would have. Maybe it hit, deflected. Maybe. I don't know. Nope. There's no way, dude. That's an exit wound. I couldn't make it make sense.
The angles don't add up, Bam. Like I'm not a math guy by any fucking stretch. But like from when you get Google Earth out on that setting,
Trying to find something. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if I'm Charlie Kirk looking out to the audience, that rooftop is like kind of bladed off to his right.
Here.
Correct.
So if this was an entrance wound, it would have blown out the back of his neck.
Correct.
There would have been a fucking explosion out the back of his neck if this was an entrance wound. Or out his back. You would have seen his shirt. The security guard standing behind him would have been covered. The round came here, hit collarbone, hit spine, hit whatever it was, locked, exit, fall. Case closed. I will die on that hill, bro. Die on that hill.
How deep are you gonna go into this, dude? And I ask that because you got motherfuckers that listen. Like your audience is growing rapidly. It's huge. You're getting thousands and thousands and thousands of downloads. Your clips know how to go viral. Like, are we gonna try to get somebody that was on scene working scene, or like, what's your plan with this?
I don't know, man. Like that's where I'm torn because the second you speak, and this is why these influencers don't say shit, because you're automatically crushed. But I don't give a fuck. Like I don't care. But at the same time, like I'm not an expert. I'm not living my life going through the forensic files and all this shit. This is just for what my little finite mind has been able to collect and put together that makes sense for me. And for me, kind of like detouring a little bit, like I have a guest that's I don't know if you've seen like the pedophilia ring that we're like uncovering here in Boise with these
With
teachers.
the schools? Yep.
Yeah, with the school sections and shit.
Yep.
I'm sitting here talking to these teachers, and now I have students, I have parents, I have principals, I have all these people reaching out to me wanting to tell their stories and so they could come on and voice it. I'm just trying to look at things to where they make sense. And when these people are explaining this to me and what's going on, I'm like, none of this makes sense. And then when you start digging and it leads to like the Mormon church and the LDS communities running these, I'm like, that makes sense. There's always an agenda. So when you take this Charlie Kirk shit, I'm like, okay, this kid just snuck in here, shot him. That's clearly 1,000,000,000% an exit wound. The guy stands up. The dude in the front doesn't even react. Fucking not in no autopsy. And you start laying out all the facts. I'm like, none of this makes sense. None of it makes sense of how he was paraded around, how the murder scene is under construction. There's dudes in there with jackhammers. They're tearing shit up. None of it makes sense, bro.
Dude, they don't even roll like that in police departments, dude.
No. So
Like
it's
for
like,
just
how
like
deep?
dudes getting murdered in the hood. Like that shit's blocked off for a while.
I just watched a video. There was a road rage incident here in Idaho. The dudes got killed. They had the whole strip out on a country road blocked off. Both vehicles still parked there for fucking who knows how long. It
Yeah,
was a murder scene.
it's not like they're gonna start laying new asphalt tomorrow.
Oh, hey, we're scheduled to tear all this up and repave it. Oh yeah, go right ahead. There's just a murder scene here yesterday. Who in their right mind approves this? Bro, the whole speech from his wife, it's just so weird. It's so weird to me. Like I'm trying to like look at her from my wife's point of view, and obviously everybody grieves differently, and we've all witnessed that. And if you haven't, you will. Like everybody grieves. There's no standard in grieving. I completely understand that. But the fact of how they're just parading him around and she's not even spending this time with her children. Like their children need their mother right now, and she's fucking giving public speeches. She's on private jets with JD Vance, and they're carrying him on and they're loaded. Bro, give the woman a fucking day to breathe. Why is she doing this? I'd be like, all of you, fuck yourselves. I'm spending this time with my children and my husband while we get him prepared. Like I need a few days to process the execution of my husband in front of me and my children. But meanwhile, Charlie was the greatest man. Like, get the fuck out of here. She had time to put together a speech. Your husband's not even, his body's not even cold yet. You're giving speeches?
And she didn't. There's no way she put together that speech, dude. You can't come up with words that quick.
This isn't an attack of her. I want to make that very clear.
I understand. No, I understand.
Just make it make sense though. Like, can you imagine? I want people listening. Can you picture if you have a great relationship with your wife, like those two claimed? Incredible marriage. Incredible. You're telling me that you're just going to let people parade your husband? Imagine if your wife was in that role. Okay, dude, we're gonna do this. We're gonna have her loaded up here.
Here's our itinerary for the day.
Yeah, here's our itinerary where we're gonna take her body for this. We're gonna drive it by here. We're gonna do a parade here. You're gonna give a speech at 8 o'clock here. You got a press conference here. I'd be like, fuck yourselves. I need my time with my children, and I need to grieve with my wife. That's where I need to be right now. Fuck the world, dude. Fuck the world. Nothing matters. She just watched her husband murdered in front of her children, and she's giving speeches. That doesn't, like, people are like, nah, bro, you're just being a hater. I'm not hating. I'm just make that make sense. I can't fathom my wife ever doing it. She's going dark.
There's no way that she even wrote that speech, though, dude. Your no wife would be able to come up with that articulate of a speech within what, 48 hours? And
That's
no wife would allow that either. They'd be like, "Yo, I need some time so I can put this in my own fucking words as my husband."
not to mention, bro. She's leaning in this casket. I love you. I
That
love
video
you.
is fucked, dude.
And they got a camera in her fucking face.
That video is fucked.
Who I would, bro, that I'm bawling over my wife's body and I'm allowed to, yeah. Yeah, this is the perfect shot. Yeah, get the hands. Get the hands. Touching it.
It's almost like she's wearing a GoPro. Do you think she's got her phone in one hand and then like touching them with the other? Dude, it's fucked. But like, hey, how many zeros and how many like other death threats does it take to be like, yeah, fuck, we'll roll this way. I'm cool with that. Yeah.
You don't have a choice. Here's the script. Here's your script.
It's so sad that we're even talking about this.
Here's your script. This is how things go from here on out. Here we go. Here's the script. What wife in her right mind is going to be sitting there grieving the death of her executed husband on world TV?
Putting it on IG.
I love you. I love you. And their fucking cameras in her face. It's horrible. I'm watching this like, what is this? That dude's rolling. Dude's rolling in his grave watching this.
There's no way, dude.
Make it make sense, bro. That's all I'm asking. Just make it make sense. It's those little things and how fast it's happening. That's all I'm saying, dude. Just think about it. Like, nobody's saying like, man, that's really quick. Man, she's giving a speech within 48 hours. Like, no. You know what? It's okay to go dark. It's okay to take this time with your children. The country's not going to judge you. We don't even have this kid captured yet, and you're giving speeches and you're crying over his body. Like, take this time with your children and grieve your husband. Be forced, man.
Yeah, they got all that out of the way super quick. And I think the funeral's on the 21st, maybe I saw. 18th
Why
or
is it happening
21st.
so fast, dude? Why? What are they trying to? So this is where my personal conspiracy with this is they need to they fucked up, man, and they started a revolution. A lot of people are turning the faith. A lot of people are waking up. This is where Charlie Kirk is a martyr. He was killed for something that he believed and was preaching and strong in his faith. They need to defame him now. Watch.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to get into. So
Watch.
I need you to lean into that a little bit here on this pod.
This is just my opinion. I haven't seen anything on this yet, but I put it out last night. I'm laying there and I'm like, this is the only thing that makes sense to me next to stop. Like, oh fuck, dude, Charlie was into that. Oh, dude, he wasn't who we thought he was.
Like what? What do you think?
Who knows? Just wait. Just wait. They're gonna come out. Oh, he's under investigation. The FBI was already looking after him or into him. Oh, Turning Point USA. Because remember Biden was after him. Biden tried to go after. They were investigating Turning Point, Charlie, everybody involved. Watch. Something's gonna come out. I'm not saying some kid shit, some pedo stuff. Something's coming out. Taking money from somebody, was bribed here. Something's going to come out to try to
mistress something.
Something's going to come out to try to slander his reputation, who he was as a man, who he was in his faith, what he believed in. Watch. That's the only thing to me that they can.
With that being like, what's the goal with that? Why?
It takes him off his pedestal. It brings him down. So now the world just
Forgets
watching a
about
man
it.
martyred over his beliefs. And now there's a movement across the world right now of people, dude, the number of people that gave their life to Christ. I watched this thing, all these churches, they said that they've overwhelming
Packed.
amount of people. The
Packed.
Sunday after he was murdered, hundreds of people giving their life to Christ and coming back toward the religion, right? That terrifies the fucking Jews, bro. That terrifies them of this movement that's going on right now. Fuck. Okay. Okay, we got to pivot. We need to make this. Not only do we murder this dude, we have to defame him because now all these people will be like, "Oh, I followed Charlie. Why did I think he was such a good guy?" That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing that I can think of right now of what would be the next phase of this. That's why I put it out on my social so people, if this happens, people will be like, "Motherfucker called it." Because there's so many times where I call things and I just don't say it because it's my own little conspiracy. Then it happens. My wife looks at me like, "You called it." And I'm like, fuck, I should have said something last night. I'm like, I'm saying something. She's like, don't say that. I'm like, I'm saying something. I don't give a shit. I put it out there just for the record because if that happens, people will know, dude. People will know. It's the game. Like, that's the game that I feel that is going to be played next.
This
People
is
are
just
probably listening to this like, fuck, this dude is fucking crazy. Maybe I am,
nah.
bro, but
I think anybody with any type of common sense will at least try to hopefully see where we're coming from here.
it's not even that I'm coming from anywhere. It's
You're just
just
putting
look.
pieces. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Just
just
look.
look. Just look.
Open your fucking eyes. Open your if people always come to me, and this is gonna probably turn a lot of people off. People come to me because I'm like, dude, you mean to tell me we're spinning on a globe, traveling through space, millions of miles an hour, or hundreds of thousands of miles an hour, and our galaxies never change, and the North Pole has always been the point of reference, and we've been using our stars, galaxies, and systems to be able to navigate and traverse this planet for thousands of years. They're like, the government wouldn't. Why would they just make this up? Why are they just murdering motherfuckers for having a voice? It's all control. It's all power. It's all money, dude. That's all it comes down to. Like, there's so much shit that people just aren't just look. And like when I start looking at things like space, right? You mean to tell me that you believe the government when they're like, we've explored 80% of our galaxy, but we've only explored 20% of our oceans? And people are like, yeah, I believe it. Like, those are the people that are like, oh yeah, they got the kid, they got him. And I'm sitting here like, wait, you mean to tell me more people have been to the moon than the fucking Titanic? Like, you don't hear that and go, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I wish I
You
had a
know?
little bit more background with that topic,
Oh,
but I
bro,
don't. But I don't. I've heard you go off a couple times online, which
that's a whole
I thoroughly fucking enjoy, to be honest with you.
that's a whole other episode. That's a whole other episode.
It's a whole, yeah. We'll
But
have to run this back another
but
time, but
that's how my mind thinks though. It's
yeah.
like, okay, you're telling me that this picture of the moon and the earth, the same picture, but then there's a satellite 500 million miles past getting the moon and the earth in the same picture. Nobody's questioning this. Like, I'm like, oh, that doesn't seem right to me. It's because 98% of people on social media are fucking idiots and just believe whatever they see. That's why I don't put shit out at first because I'm like, I'm going to question that. Okay, I'm going to look into this. Okay, that black thing traveling across. Okay, the way that he folded in his shirt. Like, I'm just processing. If we just stop believing everything that is put out on the internet and just question it, bro, the shit your mind will start thinking and how things are laid out. And if it doesn't make sense, why doesn't it make sense? Why does it not add up that they're tearing up the construction site, that they have people taking the fall, that
That's
there's no
really the
autopsy?
biggest
like,
one, Bam. That I've been on
why
a
aren't they
lot of
interviewing people?
fucking crime scenes, dude. I mean, hundreds. It just
Why would you ever tear up a crime scene within 70, 80, what is it, 90, 92 hours, 96 hours?
because we got the guy, dude. We got him in 33 hours on the dot. We got him. So we don't need to look any further. We got him.
That right there, if you cannot like look at the fact that the crime scene's under construction, like jackhammers, they got crews out there with hard hats and vests on digging this up. Why? Why? Like, you can't see this and be like, oh, that does not make sense. You mean to tell me if that was Trump, they would do it 30, 40, 96 hours later, however long it's been? It hasn't, what day was the 10th? What day is today? Has it
A
been a
week
full
ago.
week?
Yeah, a week ago. Yeah,
Less than a
happened.
week, they're tearing up the fucking murder scene. Less than a week, the murder scene is under construction.
And again, dude, this isn't no like gang violence shit. Like, hey, there's another body. Fuck it. Sweep them up. Move on. Caught the killer. See ya. This is a very, very freaking prominent figure. A lot of people were saying, dude, future president of the United States. A lot of people have said that. Very well could be. Could have been.
He was an incredible man, dude. He was a hammer. He was a threat. He couldn't be bought. Now this shit that Candace Owens is talking about and how they offered Turning Point like 150 million to not go as hard on Israel, like that's she's coming out with all of this shit. She's name dropping.
Because her, Candace and him did they work together at a point in time or were they
Yeah,
just
they've
close
known each other
friends?
since like
Yeah.
2017 or something. Like it goes back, maybe even farther. Maybe that was somebody else I'm thinking of, but yeah, they go back a ways. Like it's crazy, man. It's scary. It's terrifying. Like it's very sad that we're even having this conversation because like I don't trust our government one bit. I 100% have lost all faith in everything that our government stands for. It's disgusting, dude. It's sad.
What kind of dirt do they have on these people in the government where it's like you're either going to abide by our rules or we're going to expose you and or fucking kill you?
They have pictures of them raping little children on islands and videos and these elite parties that they all have video footage and evidence of all of this, and then it just starts at the top. And I don't think they have it on everybody. I think they have it on all the major players, and then all the pawns, the politicians, the congressmen. That's all money and power. Hey, there's a black this he's kind of a fat black Republican podcaster. I think he used to be a cop. This motherfucker like advocates for it. We need to help Israel. We need to stand up for Israel. Anybody in this day right now that is advocating for Israel is 100% bot. You cannot look at the evidence, the facts, the history, everything that Israel has done leading up to this point, been like, oh yeah, they're our ally. We need to support them. There's not 1 ounce of anything would ever make me want to support them. And you have all these reporters, podcasters, left and right, leaning all Israel. We got to stand with Israel, 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 biggest ally. Why are they pushing this so hard?
Again, it just you got to look at what makes sense and what doesn't. And to me that just like for like who gives a fuck about Israel?
Why are we giving them hundreds of billions of dollars? Meanwhile, I just watched a video last night of a homeless man, no legs and no arms, just rolling down the street, pants hanging off. Like that's what we have living in the greatest country in the world. But meanwhile, we give hundreds of billions to Israel. For what? For fucking what? We can't even take care of the veteran population. We can't take care of our law enforcement population. How about we pay cops better so they stop doing such a shitty fucking job? How about we take care of our veterans so they're not killing themselves at a cyclic rate? How about we help out these single moms so they're able to build a future and help them out with maybe some daycare and childcare? Like there's so much. Why don't we worry about the children in this country that are being trafficked and raped and used for pornography and everything that's going on? Why don't we take that money and build programs to fight this? But meanwhile, we're giving hundreds of billions of dollars to Israel. Make it make sense, dude. Because they own us. They own our government. They're in our government. They own everything. They're in every level. They're on every floor. They're embedded. And this goes back minimum 30 years. They have infiltrated us. That's the whole, all goes back to Epstein. Everything goes back to Epstein, dude.
How? Like,
He
dude,
was a Mossad agent. He literally was put in that position to rub elbows with the elites. Dude, if you not looked up the history of him, he goes from some random ass dude, no job, worth fucking tens of millions of dollars.
I
Nobody can
know. I
nobody can find
know.
out where any of this money came from. Make that make sense, where you go from just an average dude, now you're hanging out with some of the world's elites that are on yachts, on private islands, on private planes. Now you're worth tens of millions of dollars. They have a list of all these people. Bro, Israel is fucking genius. They own us. Evidence, 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 evidence. Oh, you want to come party with us? Yep, cool. Have little kids come out, fucking rub elbows, do whatever they got to do. Snap, snap, snap. Couple videos. By the way, on your flight home, hey, here's everything we have on you. This is how we want you to talk now. This is
Fall
how
in
you're
line.
gonna. This is how you're gonna vote now. This is the agenda you're gonna push now. Oh, you want to be a pedophile? You want this to hit the news? This is how you're going to talk about us. This is what you're going to cover up. This is what you are not going to post on the media. This is what we're going to shadow ban on social media. We're not going to allow this message. We're not going to allow this content to come out.
It's fucked,
The
dude.
United States of Israel. That's who we are. Dude, don't fucking at me on that. You guys, it's 100%. I have no
Who
reason to not like Israel. Like I don't have anything against. I could give a fuck about Israel. I can give a fuck about Palestine. I care about our country. But when all the evidence keeps leading back to Israel, make it make sense.
it's hard to make it make sense, dude.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
It's really
If
difficult.
you have to force it to make sense in your fucking finite mind, no. You should never have to force anything. That's one of our biggest lessons that I teach my kids. If you have to try to make it make sense, wrong. No. No. Make make it make sense, dude. If people just live their life, woke up every day, okay, everything that's gonna go on today, it's gotta make sense to me for me to believe.
I think people are just scared to stand for something, dude.
Yeah, you know who it is? This'll get you. This'll get me in some shit. It's the fucking weak whites of this country. Weak whites are the worst thing that run this country. People want to blame the Jews. People want to blame the blacks. We have black fatigue. We have all this problems. Dude, it's the everyday American, these white Americans that are sitting in their offices, sitting on their social media, not saying a fucking word. Silence all of it because they got their comfortable little life, get up in the morning, eat their breakfast they eat every single day, go to their 9 to 5 job, come home, rinse, repeat. They're not fucked with. It doesn't affect them. They live in their little bubble. That's the problem right now is nobody has a voice. Nobody's got the spine or the nuts to stand up and voice anything, especially influencers. And that's what pisses me off, dude. That's what pisses me off.
They're in your DMs talking shit about your rant today, though, I'm sure.
They're agreeing with everything. They'll agree
Oh,
with
are they?
everything I say.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I've been saying this for. Have you? Where's the
Yeah.
post?
Yeah, I ain't seen it.
Have you been saying this? Who have you been saying it to? Everybody behind closed doors? Because you're weak. Because you don't want to offend people. You don't want to lose followers. You're a coward. That's all it comes down to, bro. I can't stand it. That's why I fuck with myself. I stay in my own lane. It's hard. Once your mind is open, you're like, oh, this is the next play. This is what they're gonna do next.
Who are some of these big time players that people would probably never realize that are tied into this shit that just fall in line because they're freaking trapped by
Oh, like Cash Patel, Vance. I think,
what's that dude's fucking deal? Why does he look so fucked up all the time?
bro, he's such an idiot. I posted a video of him the other day telling Charlie Kirk, "We got the watch, brother. Till next time. See you in Valhalla." You
I
have
saw that today.
An
I
Indian
watched it today.
Buddhist telling a Christian, "I'm going to see you in Valhalla." Like, what an ignorant fuck. Like, here
I
Charlie
saw that
Kirk is
today.
spews from the rooftops of what a devoted Christian he is, and you're going to tell him you'll see him in some pagan religion? I'll see you in some pagan heaven. Like, you fucking idiot, Valhalla.
Then you
That's
saw
like,
that weird, if you want to get really conspiracy fucking oriented here, you saw that weird fucking picture of Tyler, and then in the background of his computer is some bullshit fucking island, and on that island is this fucking little resort called Valhalla or whatever. It's mind boggling. That's in the weeds hardcore, but
make it make sense. I have seen. That's the type of shit I don't let distract me because, like, oh, 33 year, 33 is a number, and
I
like I
saw that
watch it
too.
all.
I saw that
I
too.
I watch all of that stuff, but I can't. To me, those are the depths, right? That's the that's the end goal where I'm not ready to process that shit yet
Either
because
am
that
I.
goes on such a deeper level.
Either am
I'm just trying to look at the big pic. Where's the biggest chunks of evidence? What makes the most sense to me? Okay, that I can just be like, oh, if you dig into this and you type in this word and you search this and go here and this linked up with this and Trump dropped this word and it just goes too much for me. I'm like, okay, yeah,
it's too far in the weeds. We can really break this down very, very simple, and then whatever you want to fucking come up with after this is completely your call.
exactly.
That is an exit wound. So wherever your mind wants to go after that, dude on the roof didn't shoot him. No. And you're what, 1,000% confident on that?
Oh,
I,
yeah,
I I'm, pre- I'm
100%.
I'm pretty fucking confident in that too.
100%, dude. It's there's no doubt in my mind that that is 100% an exit wound. From the very second I saw it, my wife's like, I heard Charlie Kirk. I'm like, dude, we watched the video together. I'm like, that's an exit wound. She saw it. I'm like, dude, it fucked her day up. Watching it, I'm like, exit wound.
I've been fucked up for a week, dude.
You know
Dude,
what
I'm
people
just
don't, I'm going to talk about it on my podcast tonight. What this country is feeling right now of watching this man being murdered, people aren't knowing how to process this and they don't know how to regulate their emotions. Welcome to a fucking cop's life. Welcome to a veteran's life. This is what a cop is processing every day, right? When they're seeing this shit. We knew this person, didn't know him, we seen him, maybe never seen him before, but we watched this person being executed horribly. That's PTSD. That's the feeling that our cops, that our paramedics, that our firefighters, that our veterans are going home every day feeling. And then they bottle it, we swallow it, we do it again the next day. That's what America's feeling right now. And that's where there's this weird tension. People don't know how to express themselves. Everybody's on edge. That's that right there. America is feeling what our law enforcement deal with every day. In my opinion, that's my wife. She's like, I don't know how to process. What did I just see? Like, I've never witnessed anything like this. And I'm like, that's what cops have to deal with on a daily with children. Imagine a kid walking up on a scene where that's a child instead of a grown ass man.
Yeah,
You know?
we did a group call with some of the boys that I coached the other day, and we had quite a few cops in there. Some of them are basically from me being on your show. Actually, that's how I
I
started
love it.
working with them,
I
which is
love it.
awesome. Yeah, full circle, which is cool.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Um,
I'm so
but some
stoked for you though, by the way, that
I
everything's
appreciate
going. I
I
talk I
appreciate
dude,
you.
I talk to Zach every day about it. I'm like, fuck, that dude's killing it.
I appreciate you. But the cops could talk about it a little bit better because they see that shit all the time. And then I got other guys that drive truck and do blue collar shit that have never seen anything like that in the fucking ever. And they're like really struggling with it. I was struggling with it, and I've seen some bad stuff. You know my story.
You know?
And it's like I didn't know, dude, but like I'm watching a guy get his fucking basically neck blown off. Like that's not
Yeah.
cool. That's
Yeah.
not cool at all, dude.
Live. In front of the world.
In front of his wife and his kids. And it
Make it
maybe
make
it hits
sense.
a little bit different, dude, because I'm a father now, and it's like, what the fuck, man?
I think it hits different because you're not blind to what's going on. And deep down inside, truly deep down inside, our government just killed this dude in front of him, in front of his wife and kids. And if they're willing to do that to silence him, what are they willing to lie to us and do to us? What psyops are they playing with us?
Yeah.
How are they mind controlling all of this? Dude,
And to
the
be and to be honest with you, dude, it wasn't like that the first 5 days. But yesterday, I really, 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 as more stuff keeps coming out and I'm down the rabbit hole further, I'm like, this isn't adding up. And then it was so funny because I woke up this morning and I saw your post from last night, and I'm like, okay, I need to listen. And then you went on that rant, and I was like, we need to do a pod because I'm fucking putting the pieces together too now, and I'm starting to feel like this. It's
immediately, the
it's
first
just
second.
not making fucking sense, dude. And the
I don't know
fact that
how
you
many times I said it. I'm gonna come out with a T-shirt that just says "Make it make sense." And if the very first fucking second before it was on the news, before it was even announced, they're not gonna catch the dude. That's an exit wound. They caught the guy, but like, 22-year-old kid wrote, "If you read this, you're gay" on his bullets. Like they wrote memes on his bullets.
yeah, that he had to kind of elaborate on in those staged text messages. If you saw that,
Yeah, why?
Really?
Why?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Show me the picture. I don't know if there's pictures. Let me see the pictures.
So where? Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. Have you seen the gun? Since when do we not pose murder weapons?
Make it make sense, bro. My grandpa wants. What did the text message say? My dad's asking me where the gun is because my grandpa wants something along those. I can't remember. I don't have anything in front of me, but dude, it's just
Immediately though, the gun's been gone for 12 hours, and your grandpa's asking where the gun is, like he's about to go shoot it because he's fucking 90 years old. He just automatically knows that it's gone. Oh, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. What?
you're worried about your grandpa's gun. You just executed a world figure. You're worried about your grandpa's
Worried
fucking
about getting
gun.
ground. Worried about getting grounded, dude. Like,
You're worrying
excuse
about
me.
your dad. Oh, it just happened to be a cop. Yeah, okay.
So where? I'd like to talk to this minister. That's what I'd like to talk to. I'd like to talk to that guy who's apparently the family minister that the dad went to, who apparently leaked the information, which I'm sure you saw. I'd like to talk to the guy that fucking claimed that he did it right when it happened. Where's that guy? And I'd like to see how much fucking money they offered the actual shooter. Where's that guy? That guy's on an island saying "fuck you" to
That
everybody.
dude's on back in Israel.
That guy's yeah.
That was a Mossad agent, a CIA agent. That's what people don't understand. That there is a level of individuals in the CIA, in the in the Israeli military, that these dudes have been trained. They have been groomed. They are machines, bro. That they have no problem carrying out anything they need to do because they're taken care of. They come in, dude makes a shot, sits there, everything clears, probably left the rifle, walked out of there, came back in, cleaned everything up, everything's gone. Like this, they do this shit worldwide. This happens every day around the world. And we're all like, there's no way, there's no way. Bro, come on. Like y'all can't be that fucking ignorant. Like it's so blatant that they're laughing in our faces over this. That's how obvious it is to me that it is just they're just laughing in our faces. It's that obvious. It's that blatant that they don't even care if they get caught. We have them. We
It
got
doesn't.
them.
It doesn't matter. None of you can't do nothing about it. I can't do nothing about it. Rogan can get on his show and say whatever the fuck he wants. Sean Ryan can have the best intel fucking person. Here's what happened from A to Z. It ain't gonna matter, dude. It ain't gonna matter.
John
Nobody.
he's taking a paycheck. Yeah, love. What do you need? I need to speak with you before. All right.
I'll let you slide in a second.
Oh, you're good, dude.
Yeah, you think? Because I was trying to get you to drop some names on who you think is wrapped up in some shit.
The only ones that I don't think are wrapped up in shit is James O'Keefe, the Infowar dudes. Dude, all these influencers are bought. Because if that was the case, they would be having these conversations, not like, yeah, have you ever met anybody that you thought was suspicious? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, dude. Maybe I mean that's kind of a speculation of mine, but I felt if you were a true patriot, a true American, and you had a platform and a voice, you would use it in these situations if this is how you're feeling.
Yeah, you'd think,
Unless
especially
unless
with
you're worried about
billions of
money.
views.
But how many followers are you going to lose? How many subscribers are you going to lose? How much money is that taking off your plate if you speak your mind and speak the truth instead of just being neutral about it? If you're neutral, you're a bitch, straight up. You're an absolute spineless coward. If you're just, I'm going to stay neutral on this, and you know what the fuck's going on. You're in my DMs having that voice, but then you put it on social that you stay neutral on all this. You're a coward. They're all bought, dude. They're either scared, they don't want to get pulled into it, whatever it may be. Yeah, it's very unfortunate, but I think the majority of these big right wing, left wing, all of them that are pushing any agenda, it's just a divide and conquer, man. It comes down to that divide and conquer. We're fighting in the trenches, dude. We're fighting in the streets over kids being able to chemically castrate themselves, and meanwhile, our government's just passing laws and doing nothing for us. We have two sides that are doing everything they can to stop each other. And we as Americans are sitting here going, yeah, this is the future. I have the left and the right fighting against everything. Everything. Here we are in the middle. Nothing ever being done. I heard a dude explain it. It's the most perfect explanation. He's like, imagine if you were in a restaurant and you had a waiter, and then there was another waiter doing everything that they could to stop your waiter from serving you. I'm like, he's like, would you go back to that restaurant? Would you recommend that restaurant? Meanwhile, you order a steak and then your waiter gets stopped and they bring you out a frozen hot dog. So they switched it. And he's explaining this. And I'm like, that's the US right now. Nothing's getting accomplished. You got Trump that's a puppet. We all voted him in because he sold us this red pill that he's going to change, drain the swamp and blah, 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 blah. He's part of it. That was when any little hope that I had that this country was going to get turned around, the second when he started against Epstein, oh, I don't know why you are making such a big deal of this. And I see him praying on the wall, wearing his little fucking hat, kissing the ring, getting on his knees and kissing the Jew's feet. He's done. There's no difference, dude. There's no difference. It's just they have two sides to keep us distracted. There's only one party running everything, and they just sit there and pick brother screaming at each other at the Capitol, like acting like children. It's all theatrics, dude. They're all fucking partying together. They all hang out. They're all making their millions. They're all getting insider trading. They're happy. And here we are, fucking fist fighting each other, murdering each other in the streets over politics, over our beliefs. There's no two parties. It's one party that they just play a fucking game with us. That's where I'm at, dude. You could sit and scream for the left and defend the left all you want. You could scream and defend the right all you want. There's no difference in it. There's no difference. They all support Israel. None of them have our best interest. It's all for them. If they truly cared for us, man, we wouldn't have the homeless communities we have. We wouldn't have the homeless problems that we have. We wouldn't have the the fentanyl just running rampant through our streets. Kids wouldn't be pushing the propaganda to chemically castrate themselves and become trans. We wouldn't have children going to bed starving every night. Like if they truly cared about us. We wouldn't have the pornography. We wouldn't have the child trafficking. We wouldn't have all of the issues that we have. Why is the United States the number one consumer of child pornography and sextortion and everything else that's going on? Why are we the number one consumer in it? Nobody gives a fuck because all of these elites are all backing this. They're all supporting it. They're all part of it. It's very unfortunate, man. Like that's where we're at. That is where we're at.
It's very unfortunate. I don't know, but I'd be curious to see what kind of information comes out over the next few weeks to months regarding Charlie
Candace Owens is
Kirk.
going to be the one to watch. If she, either there's a huge psyop and she's just doing this because she's part of it, or she's on the chopping block next.
I saw Shapiro. He's like, I'm not doing any more outside events. I don't blame the motherfucker.
Oh, tell me why Shapiro's no. I love Charlie Kirk. I have no problem taking over Turning Point USA.
It's actually
won.
It's actually a pretty good impression right there.
Well, I'm all stuffed up, so I feel like I'm very nasally. So it was perfect time to do him. But dude, tell me why he's now pushing to take over this. Now they have a Jew taking over Turning Point, which is a huge Christian-based company. Now they got a Jew. They're gonna put a Jew in there.
Make
it make fucking sense, dude. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Man, that's what I got. I don't know. I don't want to beat a dead horse.
Yeah.
I just appreciate you doing this last minute, dude. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I have nothing in front of me. This is all just spitting off of just what I could remember. But yeah, there's so much to it.
You said, can we do it tomorrow? I was like, can we do it today? Because it seems like you're on one.
Yeah, the wife's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm doing a podcast. She's like, with what? I'm like, I don't know. We're going to talk to Charlie Kirk. Like, she's like, oh, God, good luck. It's crazy, bro.
I'll talk to you offline here for a minute, but I know pretty much everybody that follows me, I think, follows you. At least I hope they do. If you need a good podcast to listen to, go listen to the Wild Chaos podcast. Bam stuff is blowing up, and he's obviously not afraid to speak his mind. So
I don't give a fuck.
What is that? Just Wild Chaos podcast at Wild Chaos podcast?
Everything Wild Chaos. I think it's behind me. Right there.
Dude, you're filling that wall up. Let's go.
It is. You're on there.
I know. I see it.
I got some hitters on that wall.
You got some hitters, dude. You still want to have JD on? Really grill his ass? No, fuck him.
He's off. I think they're grooming him next to take over. I think offline. Trump is on the chopping block. I don't think he's going to make it the 4 years. They're going to do something to get rid of him.
You
JD
think they'll
will
kill
fill
him?
in. I don't know if I want to put that out, but it's an option. I think they're grooming him to take over because he is 100% bot, and I think that's going to be the next puppet.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. I'm going to cut the recording. Stay on a sec, brother.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, buddy.